Well, before I came and saw Dr. Palmer, I was experiencing a lot of pain pretty much on a day-to-day basis. Um, I initially, my injuries or my pain came from an injury at work. I'm no longer working in that same field I was. I'm a retired law enforcement, and I was involved in an on-duty vehicle accident that initially I didn't realize that I was hurt until a few months later. Then I started experiencing some lower back pain. Talked to my doctor about it. He sent me to a chiropractor. I did the chiropractic thing for probably 3 years. Would go to adjustments anywhere from 5 to 8 weeks apart. That seemed to work for a while, and then it just seemed like the pain started getting worse in my lower back. And I mean by lower back, I couldn't sit long. It would run along the real lower portion of my back, and it got to the point where I couldn't sit longer than probably 20 or 30 minutes at a time. It even became difficult to stand for any length of period of time, which at that time I was still working. That was my job. I was in a patrol car for 10 hours a day, 10, 12 hours a day. Became difficult. I kept going back to my doctor, telling him that there was got to be something more and more to it. We took x-rays. That didn't show anything. Finally talked him into getting a MRI done, which showed that I had some bad disc problems. We tried physical therapy. That worked for probably about 3 weeks, and then my pain was coming back again. So one day I'm sitting there at home, Sunday morning, came across an ad in the paper for Dr. Palmer and the DRX9000 decompression. I read it and just kept going over and over in my mind about it. And the next day I decided to give him a call and see about coming in and getting an evaluation, which the advertisement talked about. And so I thought, well, I got nothing to lose because it's a free consultation. I talked to my wife about it, and at first she was a little bit hesitant. I told her, well, I'm going to do it. I called, got an appointment, came in. I did have the free consultation, even a free examination. Brought him all my prior examination stuff with the MRIs and everything, explained my problems to him. He explained his whole treatment to me. It sounded pretty good. And then there was a second follow-up examination and reevaluation where he came in, or I came back in, and he had the chance to go over everything to determine whether or not I was going to be a good candidate for his program. And as he had originally explained to me, which I really appreciated, not everybody's a good candidate. He found I was. We talked it over, and I decided to go with his program. And quite honestly, I'm glad I did, because after about the second week through my treatment, I started noticing a lot of improvement. Prior to this, my pain had gotten so bad and had limited my movements. Like I said, sitting, standing, walking. A lot of things I like to do. I enjoy doing yard work. Simple things around the house. Some of the yard work that I like to do became really difficult. I'm a motorcycle enthusiast. I like to ride. A lot of tour riding and stuff. That had become a problem to do. And so, like I said, after about the second week, I started noticing a significant amount of change in the way I felt, the way I could do things. And I said, well, this must be working. And as we steadily got further into the treatment, it just got better and better and better. After completing the treatment, and even before I completed the treatment, I noticed that my pain had gone away to almost nothing. Freedom of movement had returned. it's phenomenal what I could do. And my comfort zone had returned. I felt a lot more comfortable in doing things. I was able to return to doing the things that I wanted to do. My lifestyle had dramatically, it had done a 360-degree turn. So, you know, as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing like this program and treatment. And what makes me even feel better is the chiropractor that I originally had gone to, while I was still going to him, I had heard something about this decompression kind of treatment, mentioned it to him, and he told me it was all a bunch of baloney. And it didn't work, and it couldn't do anything more than what he was doing for me. And I'd love to be able to go back and tell him, you're crazy, because it's worked for me. I've seen other patients and talked to other patients through my treatment program, and everybody I've talked to is either experienced the same thing or even better results than I've got. So I'm 150% behind this whole thing.